everybody, welcome back to the moons from wherever you are. Today is a beautiful, absolutely stunning autumnal day, and the job today is go and get firewood because we've run out. We're not that organized. We try and keep on top of it, but we end up running out. But now's a perfect time of year, as you can see, when you get a nice day like today, just to go and have a little look and a forage and see what we can find. Mummy Moon has come back and reported that there's a big tree down in the forest, or just on the edge of the forest where the Legends field is, that she thinks we could get. What we try and do is get all our wood from trees that have either fallen, which are laying dead wood, or standing dead wood. So it's pretty self-sufficient here. As you probably know, we've got a lovely forest and there's plenty of trees here, so as and when we need, we can just go and pick them off. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the French, they're very organized, very regimented. They chop wood, they split it, and they stack it all in. They've got these big piles of wood. Apparently it goes back historically, was a sign of wealth, but I guess they must be wealthy because they've got loads of time to cut and stack wood. But yeah, they're organized, so they season it and they have it all covered. We have seasoned wood just because it's fallen and it's there, so it's not perfect. We could obviously do with being more organized, but anyway, yes, we'll go and have a look. So let's have a wander down and see what we can find. I'm just wandering down to see if we can find this tree, and the Legends are all stood over there just out of the sun, because here it's like a summer's day. It's absolutely beautiful. It's nicer than a summer's day here because it's just that lovely cool air with the nice nice bit of sunshine. As you can see, the trees are just starting to show their autumn colors, which is beautiful. So we're going to head on down there. Just in the corner here, the field drops away, and I think the tree's round here, so we're just going to go down and see if we can have a look. Oh yeah, there it is. Just as we walk round, oh, it is a big tree and it's quite high up, so I'll get closer and we'll have a look and we'll see what we can suss out. Okay, so we're down here. It's a fairly big oak. It's sort of semi-mature, I guess maybe 20, 30 years old, round about that. I'm not sure why it's come down, but just here, as you can see, the land rises up quite steeply, and it's just derooted itself. When it's fallen down, it's taken out this. There's a little oak tree there where you can see the snap, and where it's come down, it's sort of snapped through there. And then this big tree, just go out. Hold on. Just trying to work this zoom out. Ah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, it's come down, it's hit the little one and this big tree, and I'll just have a little wander up there and see if I can find out or try and suss out what's the reason for it falling down. It might have been a sick tree that's just died, and then obviously it's not got the strength to stay on this quite steep bank, or it could just be that it got a gust of wind and nature sends it on its way. So we'll go and have a look. But there's definitely enough wood in this tree for us for the winter, or for the next bit. But I'm just looking through here, you can see there's this middle section here all the way along, and it looks lovely and straight. Now if that is the case, it would be sacrilege to cut it, because it's a really lovely bit of oak, and that bit that goes, I think, right from where the trunk is, that you're the root you can't see, all the way along, could be a really nice beam. So what we'll do is we can delimb all these bits here and all the little bits, but on the main long bit of the trunk, if that's nice and straight, we'll see if we can salvage that and put it to good use. So yeah, we'll go up and have a look, and I'll show you up there. Okay, so we're standing up the top here. I was just down there. As you can see, it's a beautiful, it's got a lovely straight trunk, and the trunk's probably 4 meters to where it's got that little kink. So as it goes along straight, and then kinks out a bit where it gets narrow. So we'll definitely try and salvage this lower section here. I mean, that's a really beautiful beam. It's yeah, a good 1.5 foot across at the bottom, so that'd be a lovely bit of timber. We can salvage that, and there'll be some good use for it. Like I said, all these bits that all come out, all the limbs, all the smaller bits, there is stuff in there you could I mean, you could potentially cut them if you were building a house like our house that the previous owner did. He salvaged the wood and put it through a sawmill and used the bits. But all the gnarly bits, all these bits, they're good, but really unless you've got a specific project and you've got enough of it, it's just a case of that's going to be some really good fuel for keeping the family warm in the winter months. So yeah, we go for keeping this bit, and then the gnarly limbs that come off. Yeah, I can't really show you, but if you look on the hill, they tend to grow because of the cover that's up the hill. So on this side here, you get very few branches, and unfortunately you get all the branches hanging out towards the light. So the sun is to the right of the camera over there, so all the branches go out, and because it's on a steep incline, it's almost like this. All the other trees, it's the domino effect. So the higher trees cover the branches, so the tree just wants the light to grow, and it actually ends up putting itself in a predicament, because all this weight of all these branches hanging down, and then you can see how steep it is, it just ends up wanting to go that way. So I think if you look on this, that's why there are no branches on this side of the trunk at all. Everything goes forward, which is downhill. So yeah, I don't think there was anything wrong with this. If you look in here, there's definitely a lot of rock and a lot of shale. It's quite rocky. You can see in the roots there's rock, so it's not a very strong bank for a big oak tree. But just take you around here. Now this is the next problem. When we go down here, you can see how lovely and straight that bit of wood is. So that's the bit we're going to keep, and just here's where it kicks out. So we've got, you know, there's still probably 4 and 5 meters or so of good wood. Then you can see where all those branches that I was saying about that were hanging downhill have pulled it over. But the problem we've got is now here it's probably, you know, 4 foot off the ground. Down there it's probably 10 or 12, and then down the bottom at the end of it, you've got probably nearly, you know, 16 foot where that's up in the air. So this is going to be a tricky operation. This other little oak here that it's pushed on the way down, which we'll have to deal with. Well, there's 2 little ones there. That's kind of half propping up one of these branches. So yeah, I mean, it's not easy. It's definitely not going to be. I thought we'd just come down here and cut a few logs and be on our way, but this is a job which needs very carefully and cautiously going around. The thing is, all this weight of this timber here is only supported by these limbs, so they're like little legs sticking down, but they're under massive load. If you went down there and just cut that with a chainsaw, it would go off like a shotgun. So yeah, I've got pretty good experience with cutting down stuff, but I'm very respectful of chainsaws, and even more so of trees, because it's just incredible the amount of weight and force that's contained within that beautiful tree. So yeah, we'll have to suss it out. We'll have to go at it slowly, but I've got a plan, and my plan would be up here is our nearest point. So if we were to be able to cut this somewhere near the root's going to want to, or the root base is going to want to fall that way, or the weight will be holding it down because it's already still attached in the floor. We've only got a little drop there of maybe 6 to 8 inches. So if we do a proper cut here, I'll put a wedge in underneath here and support it, and I can cut it, then the tree will move. So it's just what way it's going to go. Will it spring up and want to do that? Will this want to go up, or will it want to go down or to the side? So yeah, you've got to be very careful, but there's no real way of working our way through these branches without suspending this. If you had a crane or a hoist, you could hold this up, but really, because there's such a gap here, we need to be focusing on making it safe from up here. This is going to be the area of least movement. So yes, it might whip round, it might come forwards or backwards because it's balancing on those, but where they're pressed into the bank, there's a tree beside me here, and there's a tree over there, there's another tree there. So what we'll probably do is we'll end up putting an anchor around here, a chain around this tree here. We'll put a chain round the bough or the big bit of the trunk, and then we'll go to the next secure point, which isn't this tree because it's already done that. There's another small oak there, so that's just going to steady the trunk when we make our cut here, and that will then sit there, and once it's on the chain we can then get a feel for where it's going to go. Ideally, once it's done, we can work our way around, but if I was to get this log out, then the rest of it we can work our way along, and with chains, and we have the tractor, we can pull that into the field. But it is a long way down. I mean, I'm looking over the top, and yeah, there's a bit of a fall, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be it's not just as I say, a quick come down, let's cut a few logs and go home, but this is going to keep us warm for, if it's not this winter, certainly by the time it's all seasoned, it'll be a good winter's worth. So and also, like we said, a really lovely piece of wood to something really positive to come out of it. So yeah, watch this space, and hope you enjoy it, and see you soon.